name's Nick Baker.
My name's Wade Knight, and
we're from the New Mexico Jazz Workshop. Rhythm is the passing of time. Rhythm is the earth going around the sun. Rhythm is the breath. Rhythm is the beating of your heart. It's the sound of your step. Rhythm is the space in between the notes, staying consistent and steady. Rhythm is a repetitive musical event, like the sound of a drum, the strum of a guitar, or a vocalization. Tempo is the speed of music, and in music we measure tempo by BPM, beats per minute. How many seconds are there in a minute? 60. So that means if we're going 60 BPM, or 60 beats per minute, that's 1 beat per second. Tick, 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 tick. Let's say you don't have anything, just yourself. You find a chair, sit down, and air drum. And I know it sounds silly, but really air drumming is one of the best ways to practice. And the reason is you're getting your muscles used to what they're going to be doing when you're on the kit. So that muscle memory is going to help out later on. Even though you might not have the same feel of the attack on the drums, still just getting those motions happening is going to help tremendously. Okay? The other thing you can do is get your feet going, especially if you have a nice resonant floor like a hardwood floor, so you can hear those feet. Do this without any music. If you're just listening to the music in your head or practicing a groove. Or you can put on music. And so on. If you have sticks and you have a way to prop up a practice pad or something to play on, is you can stand and march in place while you practice with sticks. So this is really great to get the coordination of your body going. It also helps if you're in marching band, or if you're going to be in marching band at some point, to get the feet coordinated with your hands. Just like playing drum set, we have to coordinate all of our limbs. So if you start marching right, left, just picking up your heels to march in place, keeping your toes on the ground. Right, left, left. Do that same thing with your hands. Right, left, left. Or you can dance a little if you want to. Now, take this single stroke roll that we're doing, this right, left, and double time it. While the feet are still going at the original speed. Now triple time it. I oftentimes will use a hard textbook. Find objects around the house, around the garage, on the street. Wherever you see something that looks round and drum-like, you pick it up. My favorite is a bucket. You can get a lot of great sounds off a bucket. Kind of a snare or a bass tone in the center, either a rim, hi-hat sound on the edge. On the side of the bucket, you can get kind of a hi-hat sound. So you can experiment and see what you like. But there's at least 3 or more sounds here. Another one of my favorite things are frying pans. See if you can find some old ones that are all beat up and nobody's using. And while you're there in the kitchen, look for some metal mixing bowls or an old soup pot.
Hey guys, I was wanting to talk to you about the musical alphabet today. And for writing and for reading we have the ABCs, but in music we have what's called scales. And a lot of you have probably heard this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. That is a major scale, and that is kind of like a little musical alphabet, if you will. And a lot of music and melodies and parts are composed of scales. Okay? A lot of people say do, re, mi, fa, sol, but we can also do it in numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And I like to use numbers because they relate to each other in a way. 1 is always the home. 1, 2 is going somewhere. 3, 4, 5, kind of up the next step, right? But we always resolve back to 1. So one little assignment I was thinking would be fun for you guys while you're sitting at home is when you're listening to music this summer, you could think about the alphabets of music, the scales, and how they are used by different musicians in music. So I want to play a couple songs and talk to you guys about that a little bit. So the first song I'm going to play, I'm just going to play and I want you to listen. Okay, you guys have all heard that song. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. And those are all scale degrees. So if I sang the scale numbers, it would be 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. And we're back home that 1, right? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. 1, 1, 5, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1. Notice how every number, every scale degree, every letter of the alphabet has a unique character, a unique feel, and it's going somewhere, right? It's moving to that next scale tone, and to the next place. Okay, so the other song I wanted to do was... You guys have heard that one, I'm sure. Roll, roll, roll your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Okay, with the numbers. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 1, 5, 5, 5, 3, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So each note of the melody is a different scale degree and a different letter from the alphabet, and they use these different letters to compose the melody. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 1, 5, 3, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? So this summer when you guys are listening to music, think about that. Think about, do you hear the one note in the melody, the home note? What other notes from the scale do you hear? And when we listen to songs, we can hear a lot of these things if we pay attention. So think about scales in the musical alphabet and see if you could hear that in the music you've been listening to.
The bass, or bass guitar, is an instrument that plays a very important role in a band. It holds down the low end, the low frequencies, and it provides harmonic as well as rhythmic support to all the other instruments. So although these are somewhat expensive to buy, we're going to make one that's simple. It's a one-string bass called a washtub bass, made from things that you can find around your house. So let's put it together. So I started this hole with a nail and a hammer. I just tapped it through, and then I used a drill to make the hole a little bigger. So now my eye bolt fits in there nicely. Okay, I put the eye bolt in there. I've got a nut on one side and a washer, and then on the other side I have this wing nut and another washer. So it's nice and firm in there. So I have this 4-foot dowel here, and I'm just taking my saw and gently cutting a groove in the top of it, and this is the groove that's going to fit down on the rim of the wash tub. So you want it to fit on the lip of the wash tub, just like that, so it won't come off. So yeah, about a millimeter or two. Maybe I did 40 to 50 passes with the saw, inch down from the end. There's the hole. Okay, so I've got the stick all sanded, it's nice and smooth. Now I'm going to cut and tie the rope. So I've got just a basic nylon cord here. My stick's about 4 feet long, so maybe I'll do about 5 feet of cord. To play the washtub bass, you put 1 foot on the rim of the tub, and that keeps the tub from sliding up. And then you bend the stick back and add tension to the cord, and then you have notes. Okay, so generally when you play the bass, you want to play with your first 2 fingers, your index and your middle finger. And so you can put your thumb on the stick and play with those 2 fingers. You can even just use 1 finger if you're just playing something simple. So with the washtub bass, there's 2 ways to change the pitch. One way is you can move the stick forward and backwards, and that's going to add or decrease tension on the cord. So for instance, if I pull backwards, it adds tension and makes the note go higher. And if I move the stick forward, it decreases tension and makes the note go lower. You can also change the position that you're holding the cord down. So if you hold up high, it's going to be higher. And if you hold back, it's lower. So between those 2 ways, you can create your own technique of playing this instrument. Experiment.
Hope you guys are having a great summer. See you soon.